Being alive, being in the human journey is such a gift. And we forget that so easily, right? That we are gifted this human experience. And for me, one of the biggest reasons why we forget that is because we carry a very heavy backpack of our past, of our identities around with us. So I'm going to share a little bit more with you in this video about this heavy backpack and the gift of being alive. I'm Johanna, and I'm just allowing on here whatever I feel like wants to be expressed through me for the highest of all. And we're creating a really beautiful community of conscious souls here. So if you resonate, feel free to introduce yourself in the comments below. Everybody's super supportive and loving here. All right, so I woke up this morning and I couldn't remember who I was. For a couple of moments, it was hard for me to grasp who I am, meaning the little me, the Johanna, the person. I didn't remember so much. And these moments felt so expansive and so light and with so much joy. And it was so clear what a gift it is, what an absolute gift it is to experience being human, to be here, to sit where you're sitting right now, or stand where you're standing right now, to be able to touch something, to be able to taste something, to be able to love somebody or hug somebody, to be able to have this experience in matter, in physicality. This is such a gift. It is such a gift. We're the consciousness connected to this body, experiencing this world, experiencing matter, experiencing having senses, experiencing having emotions and thoughts and an ego and an emotional body. And it's such a gift. And I'm not saying let's force this perspective, right? Because I think this is important that we don't try to force ourselves into this perspective of I need to recognize now that life is a gift. Why am I not recognizing it? I should feel it. I should see it. No, this is my invitation for you to just lean back for a moment and just let these words sink in. Just let these words settle inside of yourself. For me, one of the biggest reasons why we don't see and don't sense this preciousness of being a human and experiencing this world of matter is that we carry around a very heavy backpack of our past, of our identities, of something we have experienced in another moment. So something where we succeeded or failed, something where we think we were good or something where we think we were bad. All of these identities we carry from the past in this heavy backpack, and the older we get, the bigger this backpack gets, right? And then it becomes this huge backpack from the military, and you're like having it on life gets so serious and so heavy because this backpack just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're walking around then like soldiers with this huge backpack on our back. And in this backpack, there can even be identities we found in shadow work or in diving deep into our subconscious mind, which is so beautiful and amazing and so helpful, definitely. But if we cling onto it too much, we make it too much our identity, we put it in this backpack and we carry it with us in every moment again, and it gets heavy. Oh, I'm a person who has this and that pattern. Oh, I'm a person who has this and that shadow. And like we carry it around. And this is what makes life so heavy when we do have the capacity to take that backpack off for a moment or make it lighter. Because, of course, or both, because, of course, there are things that help in a practical sense, right? Something from our past. There are definitely some helpful things in that backpack. But there are also a lot of things that we don't really need. We just cling on to them because we find our identity in that, and that is okay. And that is okay. This is just a really gentle invitation to notice, okay, I can take things out of that backpack. I can see that this is not really me. This moment where I succeeded or what I failed, where I failed, or what I've done there or at that time, or what I've done when I was 25 or when I was 20, or the school I went to. Like, I don't need to carry it all. I don't need to. You don't need to. And also, you can take that backpack off your shoulders. Of course, take it on if you need it for something, right? If you need it for something practical or whatever, yes. Or to analyze something in your subconscious, amazing. But for some moments, can you take that backpack off completely? Take all the old identities off for a moment. Because they're not who you are in your essence. They're temporal, they're part of this temporal human experience. Remember for a moment that you're the awareness. You're the one down here, you're not that backpack. That's just temporarily a part of you. So for a brief moment, take it off. And then look around at the world without the filter of the past, without the filter of the thoughts, without this conditioning we look through at the world, right? And see how beautiful it is to be alive, to be connected to the human body, to be experiencing this. What a gift it is. What an absolute gift it is. Sense the sacredness that is in and through everybody and everything around and inside of you. Sense the connectedness of everything. And it's so simple. It's just a choice to take the backpack off for a moment. The other day I saw an old lady, very old, very wrinkly, and she could barely walk because her body was not working properly anymore. Her body aged. And most likely, this is also how our body, this was my thought, right? My thought in the moment was, this is how my body most likely, if I'm lucky, so to speak, is also gonna look. And for me, that is so liberating because you're not your body. You're not your body. But if we keep putting more things in our backpack, it gets heavier and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and life gets more and more unbearable and heavy and serious. And we lose touch with the lightness and the sense of sacredness, the sense of this is a gift. Because these heavy identities we've built, they just put us in a cage when that is not necessary. So for me, looking at that old lady was so liberating because life is a gift. Being connected to the human body, being the human journey is a gift, and it's temporal. It is only temporary because everything that is birthed in this world of matter, right, is also gonna pass. Not who you really are, that essence stays because it's eternal. The consciousness you are stays. But this human journey, it's a temporal gift. Being able to sense, being able to love, it is a gift. Let me know in the comments how these words landed for you. And I'll see you in the next video.